happy Wednesday and welcome to another episode of Quotes to Live By from Inspirational Goods. This week I picked a quote from Randy Komisar, who's an entrepreneur and a writer and a mentor. And the quote that I picked goes, "And then there is the most dangerous risk of all, the risk of spending your life not doing what you want on the bet you can buy yourself that freedom to do it later." And I think that this quote's kind of a hard reality for a lot of us. And I think that what he's saying here is one of our greatest faults as humans is the thought that we always have time later. And the words written here are so true, is that a lot of us spend our life not doing what we want now because we do think that we have time later. And we don't have the guarantee of the freedom to do what we want later. All we have is now. And I struggle with this even on the smallest of things. Like, I'll write that letter to my friend I'm thinking about later. Or I'll learn to play the guitar when I have more time. Or I'll take that trip that I've been wanting to take later when I have more savings. Or I'll tell that person how I'm feeling, but it just doesn't feel like the right time now. Or I'll start that business for myself, but I just don't think it's the right time. Maybe in a couple of years I'll be ready. And the thing I've learned, not so much even for myself in my own life, but because I read so much from people who have been there and lived their lives and maybe have had some regrets and wish they did things when they were younger, is that we don't have later. And I'm not saying this to put pressure on anyone. I mean, good things do take time, and we must also value the process and the moment because that's part of it. But if you have something more in your gut, wouldn't you rather know that you're pursuing it now rather than one day just looking back and saying, where did this time go, and never pursue the things that you had in your heart and your gut and say, I wish I would have? So I guess my challenge this week is, take a baby step. What are you interested in? What's burning inside of you to try? Just take maybe an hour this weekend to do it. Just get a taste of it, and maybe you'll feel like you're uplifted and going on the right path again. Sometimes it's not these major life changes that we need to take. It's just a small little thing that we can do, maybe a couple times a week that just kind of uplift our soul and take us in the right direction. So I think this kind of also ties into, the greatest human fear is failure. And I think that's a lot of time why we kind of play with our own minds and say, oh, I'll do it later because we're not ready. And it's really that fear that we create in our own minds against ourselves. And once we get past our own mentality of this fear, we can achieve pretty much all we dream up in our lives with some hard work and actually taking actionable steps. So I think the best way to kind of pump yourself up is, obviously, I'm such a big proponent in everything in my life, is to surround yourself with positive things that make you feel good and make you feel like you can do it. So whether that's things around your home, quotes, positive podcasts, getting a mentor, hanging around friends that believe in you and lift you up, I think you need to be around people that are going to see your potential and not people that are bringing you down. So thank you for tuning in this week. And, I just want to say, cheers to all of us who are taking the risks and creating the lives we want. So hopefully you take this challenge this week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.